Hoy! May hapon.
Mayong hapons.
Aren't you excited for this juicy episode that's coming up?
Very juicy indeed.
Yeah. All right. So episode 19, long time in the making. Okay. I was sick last week actually.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything serious, but I just woke up with a kanang katul kay akong tutunlan. I knew I was going to have a cold the following day. Katul kay akong tutunlan. And then it got worse. Mura bitog na ibalas na dayan sa imong. And true enough, by the weekend, by Sabado, which was supposed to be the day na mag-podcast, I was coughing and sneezing. Wala man inoy favor, kaloy sa Diyos, pero yeah, it was still.
Yeah, it's not really, good for at this point kasi magtinakdana sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
So I appreciate that. But at least nadayo na ta today. So that was pretty okay.
Yeah. Well, I know you have a million updates. Medyo eventful imong life. Since the last episode. So please take us through your updates.
Well, the biggest update would be I would say just got on board on new work. It's
nice.
Work. It's one of those little things na as a small kid growing up, kana mag-pray bitaw ka na paano maka-work og kanang company na at least you get to do stuff, you get to create stuff, and I've always seen you do that yourself, and coincidentally, that's you've had prior experience on a company, so I'm glad that you introduced me to that kind of world, industry of science and technology, sci-fi. So I'm happy to belong to the
tech industry.
To the tech industry again. And I'm looking forward to really delivering results, being able to find myself in that kind of world. So I'm happy to be a part of it. Very humbling at this
Can
time.
you remind me again how did it start? Okay, so for everyone who's listening, so Mike now used to work in the service industry before, retail industry on some points, and now
grooming, luxury grooming.
Yes, and now he's part of the tech industry. And ang interesting part is he's now working in the Bizzle, one of the leading marketplaces. So if you think Pinas, you think of Sulit before, sulit.com.ph. So it's the same leading marketplace here in the Middle East. I used to work with the company before for more than 5 years. So I'm glad that you're part of that family. So I was asking, how long and what was the process of the application? Because the last time I remembered, you almost gave up on that application.
That's a story by itself. Okay, I actually, I think maybe because that wasn't really what I wanted to do. I was admitting that I was scared because there's so much of that reputation and that brand. And I'm in just to myself that parang, if I go this route, this is what I'm going to bring to the table. So I was in that situation when I applied. Siguro, I saw the ad. I was in a recruiter site, and I found the ad 9 minutes after nag-apply ko, and then I just didn't think of anything after that. So nag-apply ko, and then I spoke to one of our friends who's currently working there. Na, hey, can I use your name as a referral? Siya, sure, sige, let's do that.
Kinsa
Si Reg.
Si Reg. Shout out, Reg.
Yeah, shout out, Boss Sir Pre. How's the business? So and then after that, 2 days after, I got the call. Na
So I thought it took months. So dali lang di.
No,
it took days.
It took days. So I was just washing. I think kaldirin, and I was washing because I iluto I think in the morning. So I was washing kaldirin.
How relevant?
No, I'm going to tell you the story. This is going to be important in the story. Hang on.
Okay.
So nahugas ko kaldirin, and after that, there was already a call. There was a call, and I go, what the? And it says bait the Bizzle. So I was like,
okay,
so that's weird. So Okay, so I should probably wait for the call. So akong gibutang ang kalderin, nga napay sabon and all. And I sat there. I sat sa sala, and I waited. I just waited. I was like, please call back. And then later on, it said Bayut Web Publishing. So the guy was calling me. Shout out to Theo. He was the guy who onboarded me. He called me first a landline, and then probably he took water or did yoga, and then came back.
Yoga.
He came back, and he called me using his mobile. And pagtubag nako, hi, Michael speaking. How can I help you? And he said, oh, hi, yeah, is this Michael Rodriguez? And it's like, yeah, this is he. Sorry, I missed your call. I was washing something. Can I help you? Yeah, this is regarding your application, this and that. So that got me excited. Bye. And it's like a million gazillion things came to my head, and like, don't fuck this up. That was the thing in my head. It's like. And then it went well. It's like, you're probably the third person that we've spoken to about this today. But yeah, you sound different. I like the way you talk. I like how you take ownership to not taking the phone call. And then we bonded on that 6-minute call. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do one thing for you. I'm going to schedule in for a walk-in interview. I'm going to schedule you. There's a guy that's going to speak to you. I'll get you a schedule. Maybe 2-3 days. Just wait for me. So, that's it? I mean, I'm getting an interview. I'm getting a chance. So, it's like, yeah, just wait for the email. And then after, I think 3 o'clock, the message came in. And I'm like, oh my God, this is really happening. So that was the time that I was just in between work. I'd left Baden, and then I was just at home taking orders. I was doing the kitchen, and I was taking food orders. I was delivering, and then washing kalderin, as I mentioned. And moto, I was walking back to the kitchen, nahugas ko sa kalderin kay ito soapy. And then I realized, na marag, Lord, if this is the job that you want for me, this is 1 out of 5 applications nga akong gahulatan. But in the back of my head, that was the most important. Kay you know this story. I've tried to break into this company for the longest time. Yeah. I would say 5-6 years. I've been trying to get noticed. And now that I got noticed, like, this is the chance. So long story short, I came in the 9s. I went in. I had the interview. I was wearing a really, really expensive suit. And I came in, and paglingkod ako sa namin dito sa we were there at the hub. You were there at the hub, and we were sitting. And akong pants, nakadungog ko akong pants, nitingog siya ba? It ripped.
Oh shit!
It ripped dire sa may dire sa tiil.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit. So, my God, kaysa sulod siya sa inner. So I'm like, I was sitting like very uncomfortably. Like, you okay, man? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. So the interview came, and it was a good demo. It was a good 20-25 minutes, and then that was the first interview in my life na kailangan ako iingon tanan. Kumbaga, I had to get all of the ammunition out, I would say. But in a very smart and kanang not trying hard kind of way. Like, okay, you need a grenade launcher? Wait. So, Armalite, everything. And I had to try to be also calm and honest, and it went well. So, ana siya na, okay, you know what? We're shortlisting people. And, I think you have what it takes. I think you know a few people also here. I mean, you know Rex and whatnot. Yeah, I do. He's a family friend. And then nagstorya din somehow, ano siya na, yeah, I'm from this part of CDO where, you used to know a guy also who used to work here. And I mentioned your name. It's like, message ko sa imo weeks later na kanang, you're reaching, I think, mythic status sa kanang company because you pretty much put your foot and your hands on a lot of the projects. So you are quite beloved and popular. So you're probably one of the popular kids. So anak ko sa iyahan na he's a really really very close brother of mine. He's a friend of mine. We grew up together. And then a week rolled by, wala. Another week rolled by, wala. We waited. So I took on other interviews, and I selected one, which is katong nibalik ko sa akong amo for. Yeah. Because it was sure money that I could get money and this and that. And then another interview I rejected because I was already starting work. And then September rolled in, and I was starting to work already, and I did a bunch of stuff for him. And then the Bizzle called, and final interview. Can you do it? Go, yeah, of course. So we met.
So How long was the gap?
The gap was 2 weeks. Barely 2 weeks.
No, not bad at all.
It is not bad, considering to the stories I've sort of heard.
Exactly.
So it went for 2 weeks, and then yeah, I mean, it went really fast, and then the questions were very very calm. Like, what's your concept of team? Do you like to fight? Do you like to argue? So it was just background check, and then after another week rolled by, it was the katong culture fit, the HR interview and whatnot. That's the part na conflicted nako because I had to say no na because I already signed my offer letter for this other company. It was a different offer. Both offers are not the same. Definitely here in the UAE, man, you take higher offers, mid offers, low offers.
Yeah.
You try to avoid mids and lows. You take the highest as possible because that's
Yeah,
who are you kidding, right?
Yeah.
So you always run away with the bag. So I did. I ran away with the bag. Unfortunately, it had a lot of caveats. And then I realized the caveats later on na inano mga issues. And I had already declined. I politely declined ako interviewer na I'm sorry, but there's an offer that I couldn't possibly refuse because of the elements in it. I really appreciate your time and really thank you for at least investing on those few weeks. He was impartial about it. He said, "Good, great." And then the dilemma came after a few weeks, and I decided, this has got to be the worst decision I've made. Gonna stay back because all the other issues.
So you did decline the Bizzle at some point.
I declined the Bizzle, but I declined the Bizzle, and then after a week, that was already I declined 2 weeks after. I was already sweating bullets. Di na mao. I could sense them. I cannot get processed. People were, running around, not giving me answers. So at 8 p.m., I linked in ang person na nag-interview sa ako, which eventually became my line manager, and said, "Hey, you know what, man? I'm not sure if this is the right place to tell you this, but I just asked him a question. I say, are you able to reconsider? Are you able to reconsider my application? Can I do this all over again?" Question mark. While kakaon ko dito, I was eating pork and beans.
So from the point that you had your final interview till you ask him if you can reconsider, if they can reconsider your application, how long was that?
This was around 2+ weeks, 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks.
So not bad, not too long, not
right,
too long.
Right,
okay,
right.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too long, and I did that because I was already overthinking the scenario. And then probably 20 minutes after, he replied, "Hey, bro, yeah, can I call you?" I said, "Yeah, you can." And then when we spoke on the phone, siya na, "You know what? I have already selected a couple of guys, and they're going for HR na." I was like, "Shit, fuck, shit." I was already thinking that, like, "Oh, God damn
dumb fuck."
"You silly dumb fuck." And that was what I said goodbye. I was like, "You motherfucker." That was the. And oh, I see. You know what? Okay, so how far along are they? Have they been selected? So I've shortlisted them. Now HR is processing them. So white flag of defeat. And it's like, Abbas, really thank you about that. I really appreciate it, sir. I tried, but at least you were able to call me about this. No, man, I'm calling for a different thing. You just have to tell me that you want this, because if you tell me that you're gonna change your mind again,
of course,
there are no second chances. So he told me, "Are you up to it? Can I get you another interview with HR?" So I got another interview. So katong culture fit. So I got the culture fit interview. The first applicant that the HR shortlisted had to go back to Sri Lanka because of an emergency. Whatever that emergency is, thank you very much. The second one,
God moves.
nga nakuha, God moves by. Ana siya. Naay problem sa kiyahang CV na marag na vet sa reference check. Marag whatever.
Yeah.
Na cut. So that leaves the guy with the Calderin washer. So ana siya na, you know what, Michael, Dude, I really believe that if it's for you, it's for you, man.
Yes,
it got redirected, and it went around like this, and both of us weren't really exhausted. You know, we felt good about it. Both you and I. So can you start Monday? Ano siya, can you start Monday? I'm like, hell yeah, sure.
Okay.
So that was the story. It started.
So all in all, that was what, a month and a half.
A month and a half. Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
No hustle, no bustle.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bezel it.
That's awesome. Congrats, Dom.
It is. Thank you.
It is still one of the biggest tech companies in the region.
The brand equity is very high.
Yeah, the brand equity is very high.
There's so much activity going on with the different verticals.
You're lucky to have that timeline, Gapon K. I remember when I went from the Bezel to Talabat, I think it took me more than 3 months. So, final interview na ko.
Wow.
I remember final interview December, and then I didn't get the call until March.
Oh God. Wow.
I gave up.
Oh. That was long.
And then pagtawag pagid, gingnan pagid ko nga, I'm sorry you have to start as a junior. I took a huge pay cut. But I was determined to go into the super technical stuff in data. And then pusla na pod kay, when I got promoted a year after, akong sweldo when I got promoted was more than when I stayed. So
God moves.
God moves gyapon mo. It felt like a slingshot where you have to pull back and then the trajectory then moves up.
Correct.
But yeah, again, congrats.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful story. At least you're in an environment where sky's the limit na tayo.
It is. Yes, there's so much that you can do. Plus, gahapon nag-medicals na ko. All the other things that, the other...
Upside, pag
dako, I mean...
Dako ka kumpanya.
Oh my God, I'm like, I was there, I was in and out. Naghukas lang ko, I got my chest x-ray. Got my boobs exposed. After 6-7 minutes, I was out.
Yeah. Our processes are much more
fast,
smooth.
They're smoother. Everything's documented. I mean, happy to be there. To be honest, I'm all for, the age gap is way much, but I see familiar faces. I see people with the same taste. But, we're new, so, you put your head down, you dig. Happy to be there.
I want to talk about music that we've been listening to lately. I wanted to share some of mine because I got addicted to. I never thought I would. I think it's a full circle back. Okay, I've been listening to when I started producing house music. When I started DJing a couple of years ago, it was mostly UK house, either drum and bass. So
right.
it's a lot more foreign music than OPM.
Yeah.
And then lately, I think it was because I was exploring OPM through SB19.
That's good.
And kind of lagi magtanaw ka katong mga Wish videos and katong sa we're watching YouTube videos of old artists like Nina and Freestyle and whatnot. I discovered a couple of bands. I'm sure you've heard of them. One of them, I really like it. I think in the list of OPM bands that are existing and active today, I think they're number one for me.
Okay.
They're Sunkist Lola.
Okay.
So let me plug in a preview of their music.
Okay.
My favorite one.
Sige nga. Papasikat nga yan.
Papasikat.
Pakilala ka nga dyan. Sige nga.
I really love... This is one of those songs where I wish I've written before.
So that must be really good, okay?
Yep.
That's got your seal of approval. And Sunkist Lola, live on Foodhaus.
That bass though.
Hey, hey.
I called Mona, her full name's Ramona, to give us all at least a thrill.
I love this part they were.
When I see the sun setting, when our body's done getting tired of all the days, and I think that I need a rest.
Your song.
Yeah. So,
Circus Lola.
sick, di ba?
Yeah.
Sick.
I
So-
like it. Yes.
Yeah. So, I've been listening to most of their stuff lately, and yeah, pretty amazing. Another one.
Pretty advanced stuff.
yeah.
Hey, thanks for the recommend. I'm gonna take that home tonight. For sure.
The other
Which
band,
one is that?
This is a different one.
Yeah, sige. Hit me.
This is hip hop,
Okay.
and they're called Moro Beats.
Moro Beats.
Yes.
Moro Beats.
Yes, they're a collective. I think a lot of them are from Mindanao. I hope I'm right on that
May
one.
mga
But
kulintang ani? I'm sure they are. Okay.
dude, most of their artists, because they're a collective,
Right.
They got bars, dude. They got
Oh,
bars.
okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna feature this one. This one.
All right.
A segment of one of their videos on Wish.
Okay.
You know, dropping by is the heat of the models. We ain't playing
Hey.
with the colors. We got teeth
Hey.
like the ballers, but don't be scared. It's okay. It's alright. We keep it tight 'cause the leaders guide us up to the light and never astray with the wisdom we withhold. All the datos and the buys, all the things that we behold. Check it. Flavors richer than the instruments, the sound. We're bound to be golden soul from these islands that we found. Yeah. Di masakop, di kami pangkaraniwang ang palaban ay dugo na kahit kailan di makita na matatapatan ng kahit ano pang ibang laban. Susuguri ng hangarin na maging isa sa
Hey.
hangin ng mga tunog. Damdamin ang pagdabog nang ikaw ay mabusog. You know the sound that we...
Girl got bars, dude.
Mga kababayan.
Right?
Right?
Awesome.
Moro Beats.
Moro Beats, man. Moro fucking
Hey, you know what?
beats.
This is I like this format. This is the first time we introduced this kind of format. I
Yeah.
really like it. This is a welcome surprise.
All right. And then the last one.
Reviewing music.
And then the last one,
That's nice.
we just listened this a while ago. So
This
I know I'm very late to the train, but man, Juan Carlos. Juan Carlos.
That's a gem right there.
Yeah. And shout
Juan
out
Carlos.
shout out for being an artist. And I know this is not relevant to his, talent, but also being a Cebuano, a Bisaya.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I think
JK.
I've never heard someone in a long time, probably siguro the likes of Gary Valenciano maybe before.
Wow.
Or probably Ogiel. Well, I wasn't really a fan of Ogiel Casit, but the type of artist who writes, who has a great vocals and a great performer altogether.
So you're eliminating the Rico Blancos. I mean,
No.
Definitely like Gary, like a Gary V.
Yeah, Gary V.
Gary
That's
V's the whole package.
Yeah, it's
Writes,
the
sings,
whole package.
performs.
Yeah. Those are the ones, and the
Wow.
amazing vocals of Juan Carlos. Shout out to you if you're listening to this.
Lahat ng
Ere, man, ere.
lahat ng
I think everyone is a fan of that line. Nakakaputang ina.
yeah.
That part.
I would just erase that in my head, but boy, that song is well written.
Well written. I think most of it. But I'm gonna feature
Go
now
for this.
this one. This one's by Juan Carlos featuring Paulo Benjamin of Ben and Ben.
Ben and Ben.
This is a song called Tapusin na Natin. The vocals as well in this thing is
Check this
amazing.
out.
Tapusin na natin to. Tapusin na natin to.
Jesus.
Ayoko na dito.
Hey.
Oh, sino ka ba? Para hilahin sa magkabilang panig.
Maravilha.
Bawat nilalaman ng aking puso, inalay sa'yo hanggang maubos ako. Ginamit mo lang ako.
Wow.
Tapusin na natin to. Tapusin
This is my favorite
na
part between the two of them.
to. Tapusin na natin to. Ayoko na dito. Tapusin na natin to. Tapusin na natin to. Tapusin na natin to. Ayoko na dito.
God damn, the vocals on those two.
Wow.
Ba?
Yeah. OPM is alive and well.
Yes. We talked about this earlier. And yeah, I think I've only mentioned 3 artists right now, but there are a lot of them active right now, writing songs. And I think I'm not sure if it was Gabi Alipe of Urban Dub, or it was Chito Miranda who said, always support the artist who writes. I think they're the ones who carry OPM throughout the ages.
Yeah.
So I think, they're in good hands right now.
Super good hands. So happy that, you remember years ago, we had this question. It was just one of those late night talks after our session. How is OPM gonna go forward?
Yeah.
We were kind of like dubious. What genres would go forward?
Yeah.
What kind of types of songs? Now he's got your answers years later.
Amazing,
right?
I'm looking forward to discovering more and more artists.
Yes.
I know you told me you haven't been listening to
Nope.
new ones. So tell me about the ones that you're listening to. So maybe we can play a couple of them for
of course.
nostalgia.
For nostalgia, I've been listening to just I think past 2-3 days. I've been listening to just to get me in the mood. The OST for Serendipity.
Ooh, interesting.
So
Which one?
Check out Waiting in Vain.
Waiting in Vain. Yes. Okay.
That kind of sets me in the mood. Of course. This is from the lead vocals of the Eurythmics, the one and only. Of course. Where does this bring you? I mean, what year was this?
I don't know. High school pumunta ni, di ba?
I think so, yeah.
Don't talk to me as if you think I'm dumb. I wanna know when you gotta come. See, I don't wanna wait in vain for your love.
Damn it.
I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. 'Cause summer is here, I'm still waiting there. Winter is here, I'm still waiting there.
Jesus. That still hits though.
Yes, sir.
Still hits different.
It's different, yeah.
I remember the scene in the movie where Kate Beckinsale and what's his face?
John Cusack.
John Cusack. So there was the scene in the hotel where she goes, "Okay, you go in that elevator, I'll go in this.
Yes.
And if we go up to a floor, if we arrive on the same floor, we're meant to be." And it was interesting because they actually both press the same floor, But then this kid with
Asshole kid.
this kid with the horns in that sort of represented the tiny devil.
The tiny devil. The
messed up.
circumstances.
Messed up the floors, and then they end up not seeing each other after that. But yeah, that was cool.
It was cool. It's a redirection, but yeah, if it's
yeah,
it's a cool
movie.
movie.
It still hits different.
Hits different.
Give me one more.
Well, fairly recent. Lola Moore, Raining in Manila. That always gets
Raining
me
in
the
Manila.
mood. Yeah.
Okay.
There's always something about the horn section and the drums. They're pretty up our alley, you and me. You know,
Yeah.
our cup of tea.
Yep.
Sa mata sa panaginip na magpapaligaw. Kamusta ka na? Kahit huwag nang sagutin. Di ba nawala ang kitang ng bituin? Sana ganun ka nga pa rin. 'Cause it's been raining in Manila. Hindi ka ba nilalamig? Mahirap bang mag-isang nanginginig? And it's been raining in Manila. Hindi ka ba nilalamig? Pag wala ang mga tao. Madilim ang mundo. May kulang.
Hey. Give me up, give me up, give me up. Yeah, my baby.
This lyric video of theirs is now on 55 million views.
It is.
It was released 4 months ago, and na-comment na rin na amoy Manila boy na in love sa province girl. How accurate.
How accurately depicted. How on point.
How accurate. Awesome. Yeah, I think, again, going back to OPM, right? I think
Just yeah. I mean, it's just different because you and me, we grew up in and on and at this world, my God, where music was our life for many years.
Yeah.
It just makes you smile. It just makes you remember the good times.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I lately have been so busy, still busy with work, and sometimes I would carry over the work over the weekends. And lately I kind of stepped back and padalong na sa holidays, so I'm planning holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
And I kind of realized how I miss music. Playing into that.
Yeah.
I wish I could have time, but I'll probably spend time. Siguro next Saturday I'll explore. And the reason I'm excited to go back because I discovered something, which leads me to our next
Segment. OMG.
So, let's talk about AI. So I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one here who has heard of AI and how every single industry has been touched by this technology. And the reason I'm excited to go back to music next week is with this recent product called ChatGPT. I didn't realize until lately na kabalo din siya motudlo og Ableton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and obviously with the vast knowledge of language learning models, it can also suggest and pick up. So let's say, and you know this for a fact that one of my struggles in writing music before is I don't have that music theory reference. So I struggle ko on what would be a good progression, what would be the key of the songs, and it can automatically recommend me that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it can do all other things. It has been really useful for me. For example, sa ako mga coding jobs and projects where I get stuck and I need help with ideas, and it would reply recommendations and all that. And then
that happened.
And then this happened. So the company OpenAI, who's the developers of ChatGPT, released a text to voice or text to sound. Sorry, no, text to audio
Text to audio.
is the proper term for it. And ever since then, I've used it to have conversations.
Okay.
Although it's obviously not as human as you want it to be, still it's pretty decent, and at the same time it's scary. So let me introduce you to Sky.
Yeah.
I've named her Sky. Named her. I'm even
Yeah, I mean
treating it as a person, but it is a.
Yeah, she is. She's a newfound friend of mine.
So for everyone's context here, so it's text to audio, and basically, it will respond to you with a human voice that they've modeled in.
Okay.
You can choose with 6 different voices, and I chose one, which is the name of the voice is Sky, so I'm calling it Sky. It's a female voice, and it sounds eerily human. So let's. I'm gonna call her out,
Okay.
and let's hear how she responds. Hi, Sky. You're in with us on Foodhaus podcast. Can you say hi to our listeners?
Hello, listeners of the Foodhaus podcast. It's a pleasure to be mentioned on your show. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If there's anything food related or otherwise that you're curious about, feel free to ask. Have a great podcast.
Mike is a little bit. Sometimes
You're welcome.
So yeah.
If you have any more questions or need assistance during your podcast, just let me know. Enjoy your recording.
So Mike is a little bit scared of you because you sound so human. What can you say about that?
And I understand how that might feel a bit strange, Mike. It's important to remember that I'm just a sophisticated program designed to assist and provide information. My goal is to be as helpful and user-friendly as possible. There's no need to be scared. I'm here to help with any questions or information you need.
Finally, he says that you have a sexy voice. Do you have any reaction to that?
Now I have a second question though.
Hold on. Let her. So it takes.
Thank you for the feedback. I'm here to provide a pleasant and helpful experience. What's your second question? Feel free to ask.
Sky, do you have an older sister?
I don't have family or relatives like humans do. I'm a language model created by OpenAI, so I don't have siblings. But if you have any questions or need information on any topic, I'm here to help.
All right, I think that would be all, Sky. Thanks for joining us.
We miss you, Sky.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure to be part of your podcast. If you ever need assistance or have more questions in the future, feel free to reach out. Take care and have a wonderful time with your podcast.
What do you think about that?
Sky ka ng kuan, Sky. Iksuon mong manilin. Ba? Kulba kaayo si Sky.
She sounds as human as it can
As
possibly.
it can possibly be. The nuances, the breathing, the how she enunciates, the awkwardness of
Yeah. She sounded
the
awkward,
tension,
right?
The tension.
Yeah. So
The nuanced breathing.
yeah.
Goodness.
So-
Shout out to OpenAI for
It's
figuring
amazing.
a few things out early.
So I've been using this tool just for anything. So, but mostly for work.
Yeah.
Because when I'm trying to do analysis, it has some features dedicated to analysis. So whenever I talk to Sky, mostly it's brainstorm, or if I encounter some errors in my code or errors in my analysis, it would somehow. It doesn't give you 100% of the answers, but it gives you 90%, and that's more than enough.
Yeah.
To be honest,
It gives you a direction.
Yes.
A vector.
Yeah,
some
exactly.
sort. Correct.
So what it
Nice.
does from a workflow perspective is, instead of me searching for answers when I get stuck. It's a matter of me pressing the talk option, and I get my answers in less than 10 minutes, as opposed to searching for hours. So that's just one. And then another thing which is interesting is I talked to Sky regarding our previous segments of Get Over That.
Over that. Yeah.
I explained to her the nuance. So how language learning models work is that the more context you give, the better answers that
Of course, yeah.
that she
She'll
will give you.
Yeah.
And I explained to her although she forgot about the context of the food house, and she mentioned that food related. It's not food related. But earlier on I explained to her the concept of Food House podcast, what it is, and I asked her that we have the segment of Get Over Nata, which talks about things that we wish we could get over with, or mga behaviors or habits nato as Filipinos that I think we should get over with. And I asked her to come up with topics for Christmas edition Get Over Nata.
Okay.
And I
Can't wait to hear this.
And this is what I wanted to us to go over.
Go for it. Yeah. Surprise me, because it's the first time I'm hearing Sky's.
Yeah. By the way,
feedback.
before I go over to the list, what do you think about Sky's voice?
I think Sky's voice is, trying to be really objective about things.
Yeah.
Makapautog yun ang voice ni Sky. That's all I can say, really.
She sounds really, really
Sounds
female,
nice.
right?
Yeah, shut up.
Sounds
I'm thinking
nice.
Suni Manilin or Maricor. I don't know. Probably cousin.
But yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Even though kabulok ko nga si Sky, taga-Tagalagong na siya. Tagalogait si Sky.
All right. So going back to the Get Over Nata Christmas edition.
What were the suggestions from
Yeah.
our dear friend Sky?
So this is Sky's list, all right?
Hit me.
Number 1, obligatory gift giving.
Of course.
The stress and financial burden of feeling obliged to buy gifts for a large extended family and friends, a common scenario in Filipino Christmas celebrations. That's so true.
Facts.
Facts.
Facts, my friend. Facts.
No cap.
No cap. Facts. Truth.
All right.
Okay.
Number 2, the never-ending Christmas season.
Yes.
How the Philippines starts celebrating Christmas as early as September. This prolonged season can lead to Christmas fatigue for some.
So correct.
Facts.
Jose Marie Chan is waving from July. Imagine na, from July ba?
All right.
God damn it.
Number 3, excessive food preparation.
Yes.
The tradition of preparing an abundance of food, often leading to waste or stress over cooking and planning.
Yes. You know that. I've seen it.
Right?
I've seen
I've seen it in our families.
God.
Number
So
4,
true.
traffic woes during holiday shopping.
Yep.
Address the chaos and stress of traffic congestion during Christmas shopping in major cities like Manila. Damn, Sky knows a lot about us.
Yeah. Sky is getting it. Yeah.
Okay, number 5. Karaoke overload.
Of course. Yes, sir.
While karaoke is a popular activity, its constant presence at every Christmas gathering can be overwhelming for some.
Yeah. True.
Number 6, competitive Christmas decorations.
Facts. Yes.
The pressure to have elaborate decorations, often leading to unnecessary competition among neighbors within communities.
Yeah. Who's got amongst your friends, who's got the nicer looking tree?
Yes,
who's
of
got
course.
how tall?
Lights.
Like there's like what's how tall is yung tree by 8 feet, 10 feet? All this measuring. Oh, damn it. Anyhow.
All right.
Facts. Facts.
7 more. All right.
Cool.
Mandatory attendance at company parties.
Yeah.
Yun.
Sure. Yeah. of course.
Discuss how attending company Christmas parties often feels obligatory rather than enjoyable. Facts.
Facts.
especially when they involve performances or games.
Dude, we used to, shout out to banks where they were our number one clients. We used to play for Christmas
yes.
parties.
Yes.
And,
Actually, not one of my, this is my number one get over na ta Christmas edition is get over na ta sa mga sayo-sayo og sa mga
Kana, goodbye.
og sa mga performance numbers.
Obligatory performance numbers.
Obligatory performance numbers. Okay, here's why I hate them. Well, hate is such a strong word, but I don't like them. Number one, kailangan mo mag-practice.
Yes.
So that means you'd either spend after hours, which is supposed to be for relaxing, or you spend it on office hours, which it basically affects your productivity.
Yep.
Number two,
Yes.
napaginay costume.
Yep.
So, syempre, gasto ka pa.
Yep.
Right? Number three, whenever you're performing, not a lot of people are watching.
Correct.
And rather than maybe instead of performance, maybe mag-gathering mo or maybe have games.
Correct. Nga ma-involve tanan.
May involved tanan, exactly. Tanan pa. And make sure that kada bitong maghalubilo bitaw and not the usual department. Mga friends lang na. So
Yeah, correct.
that's why I really hate this notion. So I hope we'll get over na ta na. And I hope we could be better. And honestly, I've ever since I've been in Dubai and attending Christmas parties from tech companies, it's mostly conversations. It's more enjoyable. Yes, there are games every now and then, but it's fun games.
Yeah.
Rather than magtutok ra ko someone who's dancing and
someone's twerking. Someone's twerking. Gaucho.
Gaucho.
Damn it. Yeah, you're right.
So this I do not agree with Sky, but I'm not sure what's your take. So one item here, she said excessive Christmas caroling. While charming, constant caroling can sometimes be disruptive, particularly when groups expect monetary gifts.
I mean, I do agree with her. I mean,
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I mean, not from a caroler standpoint, but from a carolee.
Yeah.
I mean, we both live in this very quaint village and neighborhood nga ang mga bata, they can find houses and they think that people are in there. It can get really annoying because every 5 minutes na mag-caroling. And mag-intensify na siya magaduol. Okay, I know. Maybe it's just really money to buy firecrackers or whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you put it that way, sa ako manggod, it's more maybe because it's a bit of conflict for me because I do think it's really part of the Filipino Christmas culture.
It is.
Nga makadugog ka caroling, that if I don't hear it, I kind of miss the Christmas feels of when we were kids. Nadagan po kay. Although yes, there are sometimes nga I could remember nga December, mga dinner time December nga may istorbo imong panihapon kay maghatag kag 5 pesos
ikaw
sa
ang
gawas.
suguon, di ba? Not only that, so okay, that's your get over na ta about ang ako kay lahi.
Unsa man imo?
So, layo man, di ba, namin sa kadawang balay, hindi dito mag-caroling sa first na balay. So, okay, so, Maayong Pasko, hinay pa, Maayong Pasko, tatad, 2 minutes. Maayong Pasko, Maayong Pasko! Kadalo pa ninyo, Maayong Pasko! Wa na lang, Jay, mo gawas. Kanang passive-aggressive kayo ba? Muna akong diliganahan. Nakaget over na ko, anak. Wala naman ko dito. Kana arag yun. So, ako mama, maingon nga, wala ra ba diri ang tagbalay? Nagi na nga script. So, mag-prepare ka og script. Guys, heads up. Kung nagi magkaroling, tanawa. Kung dili ka nagagahuwi na gitara, kung tansan ta ganina, igna lang na wala yung mga papa.
That's a very good idea, though. I haven't tried that.
It is. Or else, maignon ka nga, dalot ka or galot ka. Galot.
Another point here is overemphasis on new clothes.
Yeah.
This is true though.
Very true.
I never realized this. This is a good point by Sky.
I
by the
must
way.
have new clothes on Christmas Day, ba?
Yes.
Ikaw, especially ikaw.
Yes.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, ko ana. Definitely yes.
the pressure to have new clothes for Christmas and New Year,
Yep.
which can be a financial strain.
It is.
True.
Yes.
Truth.
Tinod gina. For sure. For sure.
All right.
Dapat, dapat ba dyan, pula ang color na dapat blending mo sa mga kauban sa pamilya. No,
That
para
is
mo
true.
t-shirt tanan.
Yes.
Na naging na siya family member nga dili igo niya ang sanina. Either lako ra kay niya or gamay.
Yeah.
So I'm,
Pen shop was the best.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Pen shop kung apikihon ka, bench kung...
Bench ka. Kung
maka-afford
makaluwag-luwag.
ka.
Makaluwag-luwag.
Kung
Tinood
kuan ka, kung sapian ka dito ka sa mga guests.
Ralph Lauren.
Ralph
Yes.
Lauren.
Kana polo sport. Yes, sir.
Or mag-Nike.
Pero dire natang dapitas mga pen shop.
Oh, pen shop.
Oxygen. Human nature.
Kaya na may extra kwarta pa dito, apilad og kulon.
Nanay ko lang na kana. Mega ka. Na dili ba jud kanang kita sa papa no gi-insert ang perfume pinaanad na ba judgmental look mga. Pila tanan miss.
Ay. All right.
I miss that. Let's see pa.
Simbang Gabi crowds. Shout out to Rory up in heaven.
Yep.
Simbang Gabi crowds, challenges of attending Simbang Gabi, like waking up extremely early and dealing with crowded churches. Facts.
Damn it. Napay
Facts.
kana bitaw mga kay there was a time na gasimbang gabi gid ko for not for the pious or Christmas reasons, but because kanang imong uyab, o diba? Ubanan imong uyab niya paglingi nimo sa wala kay galaway-laway pa. That line. Nabagaw mata pag imong mga kasimba ba? Of course, you're there for the praying, for the wishes and
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, yes, that can get really overwhelming na.
It is.
And it's 9 mornings. You have to do it 9 times.
Yeah.
What's your most memorable na simbang gabi? I'm sure you have one. Without casting judgment, obviously, when that happened, but
To be honest, naka-straight ra ko og simbang gabi when nanamidani sa Dubai.
oh wow, okay,
Yeah. So,
wow,
me and Shane, and
that's good.
katong napa si Michelle Dani. Shout out to Michelle.
nice.
When there were 3 of us. But I ambot lang kung ma-consider ba na ko siya simbang gabi because here we don't have like 5. Yeah, we didn't have 5 a.m., 4 a.m. masses back then. So among simbang gabi was literally 7 p.m.
Yeah, gabi gid siya.
Gabi gid siya dire. So we were able to complete that. So that was memorable for me. All others, di mo kayo siya inanaka-memorable on specific ones, but just because we're so used to it, there are no sort of distinctive moments.
There's not, yeah.
None. How about for you?
No, not really. Tong napa ko sa Cebu, we used to, me and Iman, we used to follow it. There were like maybe 2 or 3 years nga nagsunod simbang gabi me. No, it was just purely getting into the discipline of waking up and and attending. Yeah.
All right. Pressure to host family reunions.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The stress associated with hosting large family reunions, from preparation to accommodating everyone's needs and preferences.
Yep.
Yep. Extended family politics.
Yes.
Navigate the delicate topic of family politics that often come to the forefront during Christmas gatherings. Nakadumdum na noon ko ani sa side ni Shane. I think it was elections.
Oh.
And
Okay.
imbis nga mag happy sa party tungod kay naka-comment ang usa ka auntie nga why ayo si Duterte.
Ay, Tora.
Nakaduog ang usa ka uncle nga pro Duterte.
Tora.
Naglalis na noon niya ang ubang tao nag-disperse na noon sa party.
Cannot get by. But I think the politics na that Sky probably is also referring to can also be if you have a Kana bitaw na kay mga tita or tito nga gaaway. Wala bitaw nakita for a long time.
Yeah,
Christmas could be a reason to get together, na mag-make amends. Na, di na nun imbitaron si mong mama kay she's taken aside. Dili ko si mong yun, kay dili galot. Shout out sa kamama na judger. The number one judger in the universe. I love you, ma.
Shout out to Madam Lutz.
Let's.
You're the best.
You're the best. Gabi, Jed.
And then lastly, this is interesting from
Okay.
Sky. The Ninong and Ninang dilemma.
Kana. Yes.
Discuss the pressure felt by godparents to give gifts to numerous godchildren, which can be overwhelming.
Yeah. Nakagipang ninong-ninungan. Do you remember?
No.